Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Movie Patrol, and we don't really have a review for this time. As you see, we're still wearing the same clothes from the past two videos.
We're still here.
Meaning that we didn't bathe or change clothes for the past week, and we've been sitting in these exact same spots. Oh, the internet doesn't know that we actually do this stuff in like a one-day thing. They think that we do it like on the day and all that stuff.
Yes, we consider we have no life on a Sunday afternoon. This is not all being filmed at the same time. Believe it or not, I like this T-shirt so much, which, if anybody sees it, is actually from Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Sheldon did wear it, yeah.
Yes, but Toho actually told them to stop making them, so like you couldn't make them. So my pop actually made this for me. So
that's right, and his pop actually has the original that was sold, so it's now part of history, I guess.
No. This is one he made. We didn't buy an original. This has no label. This is just screen printed.
That works. All right. So this Movie Patrol, as you gathered from the bottom there,
title
next week on the 19th. By the way, this is a nice little shout out. If you guys don't have anything to do on a Thursday night, REG Movies, that's Real Entertainment Group. Their movie theaters are going to be select movie theaters are going to be having a Dark Knight marathon. Starting at 6:30 p.m., they'll be showing Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then leading into the midnight of The Dark Knight Rises. Ticket cost is $25. I know the movie theater near me. I'll be there all night long. All night. There you go. So be sure to definitely check that out at regmovies.com. Go take a look at the Dark Knight Marathon. That's a nice little plug there. I'm not even getting paid for that. I just want it to be nice to let everybody know. But anyways, this is not a Dark Knight Rises review. This is actually this guy wanting to really troll the hell out of Dark Knight Rises.
It's going to suck.
Now, I am going to argue my best. But I can tell you now, this dude sometimes has a lot of logical points. And I'm going to try my best to defend Christopher Nolan, even though he probably doesn't need it. And before we actually begin, I'll probably post a link or something. But Christopher Nolan was actually honored at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. He has his hand and footprints on these labeled and submit. He had that ceremony just this past week.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry even more, Chris. That's good. I'm glad that you were able to get that done before the bomb of what this piece of crap, flaccid little nasty of a movie that's about to come out. Congratulations, you snuck it in there. Good job.
I was going to make a joke about Gary Oldman being there, but...
Now see, there's one reason why this movie might be okay, and it's a rule that I've had for a long time. It's basically, one, Gary Oldman, who's amazing. I love Gary Oldman. But Morgan Freeman, I've never seen in a bad movie. Personal opinion. Everyone has a right to their own. But, I mean, a movie is going to be at least decent if he's in it. I think there's a first for everything, and I think this movie is going to be a flaccid piece of...
Language.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby Snacks. There you go. It's going to be...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get straight into this. George, why do you think Dark Knight is going to flop?
Because I have taste. No. Simply put, they say this is the last of the trilogy, so that means that either two things are going to happen. One, either they're going to kill Batman, or two, they're going to make it on this huge cliffhanger ending. Oh my gosh, that was an amazing movie! It's never going to happen again. Sucks. Secondly, you've got the fact that Bane is the main villain. Hi, I'm Bane. Bane, when he was introduced, was an amazing character in the comics. He took this extra special time, he figured out who Batman was in like a month, and he just completely destroyed this guy, degraded him. Nightfall was an amazing story arc, and ever since, Bane has been a heel. He's been just this horrible character that everybody misuses. Every time that I've seen him done so poorly, at least 4 or 5 times. He's not a stupid character. He's a very smart character. He's roid rage to hell, but he's a really solid thing. And then he becomes a lackey in Batman and Robin, which was awful. All of this awful stuff.
Yeah, they destroyed Bane. They destroyed a lot of characters in the Hollywood stuff with those movies.
the fact is, I have very little faith in this movie because of Bane. Not because I dislike Bane, but because I dislike what most people do with Wayne. Secondly, you have the fact that, I mean, you kind of left it on a bad note, okay? Batman is now the bad guy at the end of the second movie. And I would like to note, let's review the first two real quick. First one was great. I thought it was an excellent movie. Very good. They changed...
Brian the League of Shadows.
Mm-hmm. They changed some things a little bit, but it worked. It was a tolerable thing. The whole basic idea for that movie, the theme, if you were a film buff and you give a rat's about that kind of stuff, was fear. Fun fact. The entire movie revolved around fear. Being it the Scarecrow, the main villain, or the fact that Batman was trying to get over his own fears, the fears in general. Yeah. It was the basic idea of this. The second movie was chaos with, the Joker and the awesomeness that was Heath Ledger's second to the last movie.
Right, rest in peace.
Anyway, the fact remains is that was the theme. Chaos, crap happens and all this kind of stuff. And then Bruce's love interest, Rachel Dawes, who got horribly changed by...
recasting.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise told Katie not to do it.
I mean, no, I think Tom Cruise saw, just like everybody else in that movie, that it was really cold on set when she, that last scene. It's like, look, hi, my name's Rachel Dawes. No. The fact is that it was a very bad recasting. The change, she was a reasonably likable character, but, honestly, Batman was the big shortcoming of the second movie. It's like, okay, you have all of these amazing actors playing amazing scenes, and you've got this guy in a giant rubber jumpsuit who sounds like he has throat cancer.
No, he doesn't.
I believe that the people of this city need to give me a lodging.
No, it was really, really hokey, and I understand that in the first movie they were like, we need to try to gravel this up a little bit, but seriously, he was gargling salt rocks. He was already trying to do a gruff voice, and then they're going to put a synthesizer over it to make it even worse. It was bad. It was a bad idea. The second movie was great, and I loved the acting and a lot of the characters, but certain things, I don't think it was done as well as the first one, and I really don't. The third one, and trilogies in general, are normally pretty bad. Spider-Man, Jedi Returns. I don't like Ewoks. They have dead eyes.
Oh my god! Continue. Oh my god! I've never heard that. Why would you say such a thing?
Teddy bears, man.
They have dead eyes, really? Really?
You think about it, man. I mean, look at them. Their eyes are in the same place. They don't talk. They don't blink. It's disturbing. Chewie blinks. These little fuzzy midgets don't blink, man. They're like walking teddy bears. It's like Ted 0.05 or something. It was bad. When I was a kid, I didn't mind. I sleep with a little teddy bear. Who cares? But now I go back and watch this, you can watch the Ewok movie. Seriously, go back and watch the Ewok movie.
No. You mean that little side thing?
Yes.
No, that movie was horrible.
It was frightening. I don't understand how I didn't have nightmares as a kid because of these little things. I mean, they look like... Oh, God. It looks like those yipe dogs that you've been kicking and punting around the yard for years finally developed the balls to get on all four legs and mess you up. Dead eyes.
Alright, back to Batman.
But no, trilogies in general are just not normally a good thing. And the fact that they're ending this means that Batman's going to die. I'm sorry, there's no nice way to say it. There's no Robin. Not to say that Robin needs to be done, but the fact of the matter is that if you're going to end it, you need to end it with a legacy or some nonsense like that, which means there is no character you can leave Batman to. And if you are, it's not going to be as good as Bruce Wayne because it never is.
Batwing?
Nightwing.
No, Batwing.
The black guy from Africa?
Yeah.
Dude, New 52 can go to hell. Seriously, New 52 is a bad idea. Anyone that says otherwise is writing it. Now, some of the changes they've made have been okay. They're like 3 titles out of
Alan Scott.
who. I don't care. Okay, everyone makes mistakes. I'm gonna say really simply, look at Batman and look at Batman in the New 52. Okay, there's still a Red Hood, there's still a Nightwing, there's still a Red Robin running around. But superheroes have only been around for 5 years. In 5 years, not only did you have 4 different Robins, including a son, but for some reason one of them got killed and got really upset at you, and the other 2 got so upset that they became their own heroes too. They've made Batman a horrible father. That, or there's like a
Finally, someone gets it.
Don't let Young Justice tell you that. It's like, now Clark, you shouldn't be doing this to that boy. That's just not right. It's like, Jason Todd, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Alright, well here's...
Defend it. Defend it.
I'm going to defend this movie. 1, it's Christopher fucking Nolan.
Okay, everyone makes mistakes.
With it being the end of a trilogy, Christopher Nolan has said that this is the end for him. This is the end for his trilogy. True that if you're going to do this Batman thing,
So is Christian Bale.
Christian Bale said he's coming back. He will come back. Christian Bale has said that he would come back.
He also said he would never have a Robin.
Oh, come on. Christian Bale would have a Robin.
Christian Bale said he would not have a Robin.
He'd probably yell at him.
Yeah, he would talk about the lighting. It's like, you cleaned this room. How could you? It's like, there's too much dust in here. We have a butler. You don't talk about Alfred that way.
Alfred is a gentle soul.
Gentle soul that apparently knew about, these thieves and people that burn villages to the ground. He's not that innocent.
He's seen his troublesome. He's seen it. He has seen it. No, but this is the end for Christopher Nolan's trilogy. I feel that this is not the end for Batman. Will we see a reboot of Batman?
Yeah.
Will we see another origin story?
Hopefully not.
I'm praying to God not, because what Nolan has done is spectacular.
It's good. It's wonderful for what it is. It's an amazing thing for the big screen. But I do not believe that it is anything but a standalone. You cannot take what Nolan has made and make anything else out of it but Nolan's universe. It is a separate entity. It's like Earth 32 or something. It's still DC. It's obviously Batman, but you can't say there's nothing else that his thing stops, so let's do this with the same city. No, it's not going to work. It's not the same guy. It's not the same view of it.
Well,
this series, no matter how you look at it, is gonna die after this movie.
Yeah, I mean, with Christopher Nolan leaving, I can't think of anybody that would be able to pick up what Christopher Nolan has done and try and continue this kind of story, unless Jonathan, his brother, who helped co-write these movies, would actually stay with him, or stay with the next director and help him write the movie. But, again, I don't really see that happening. So, and at the same time, DC and Warner Brothers have got to get off their tails and try to start planning some kind of Justice League movie. We've talked about how Justice League can be done.
See, the problem with a Justice League movie is something they've said many times before. How do you introduce all of these heroes in one thing without having separate movies? Because DC doesn't want to do the same stuff that Marvel's doing. They don't want to do we're going to have like 30 background movies. Cool, that's nice and all, but it's going to take 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So they've got to do one standalone thing that will introduce all the characters in their own right in the very beginning of this movie. Secondly, you have to make a threat big enough that you have to introduce all these other characters. And outside of the animated series, I don't see how you're going to do that. The animated DC movies are stellar. They're great. But, outside of Apocalypse, Doomsday, Dark Side kind of stuff, you're not going to get that large of a threat that people can be like, oh, yeah, I see that. And other than, okay, Superman, sick him, it's done. The Kryptonian, hound dog will destroy all. If you take him out of the picture, sure, you've got a viable threat, but what else?
Yeah. But with this being the end of the trilogy, I don't think it's going to go out in the Saturday night. I really don't. So, I had my arguments with Bane. The fact that I don't think he's going to have the Venom serum. In reality, with Christopher Nolan, he's created the Batman and Gotham City into a reality world type of thing. Chemically balanced, yeah, you can make a toxin that can induce fear. So I believe in Scarecrow.
Yes, but it's equally possible to be able to make something that would make you stronger. A physical, a steroid, if you were. I mean, seriously, it's not completely out of the realm of possibilities to make something that most athletes use anyway.
Yeah. Now, people are also hating on Bane's mask.
Yeah, Bane's mask looks like something out of Mortal Kombat, and it's upsetting a little bit. I mean,
that's what it reminded me of. Yes.
Seriously, I expect
that's Reptile's mask.
He's gonna pick, he's gonna pick Batman up and say, "Finish him," and break him over his back. Be done. And the only redeeming factor to this movie is the one thing that everybody else is complaining about. For me, it's like I think Anne Hathaway is a sexy beast.
Oh yes.
And most people are like, "Oh, I don't want to see Anne Hathaway." It's the only reason I'm gonna watch that stupid movie. It's like grass, leather, yeah.
There's already been a review out that a reporter has said that Anne Hathaway did a fantastic job that blew Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman out the waters.
I will believe it when I see it.
So will I, actually, because Michelle Pfeiffer did do a great job.
She did a very good psychotic job. It's not as it wasn't as memorable as Halle Berry's. And I'm not saying that in a good way. I actually hate that, but I've seen that costume go around so many times.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about that, hold on. You know the funny thing? So many people, friends and people that I know, were like, "Oh man, I love Halle Berry in that suit. It's so amazing. The way she was flipping around and all that stuff." She had a male stunt double. Entire movie.
Oh God!
I be trolling. They hate me.
Oh my God!
Boom.
So I really didn't do much of a good job on defending this movie, but honestly, I feel that
it's going to be a load of crap.
I believe that.
Don't see it in 3D because you'll have paid $2 extra for 3D crap. It'll stink in 3 dimensions.
Honestly, I think I remember correctly that Nolan didn't really want to do 3D. And because he didn't want to do 3D to begin with because of the technology wasn't there. But thank you to James Cameron and Avatar, the technology all of a sudden became. Yeah, it's not that. I believe in The Dark Knight. I believe in what Harvey Dent should have been in Part 2.
I believe Harvey Dent shouldn't have died, and that's half the reason.
I believe it too! God! That was my only complaint from Part 2 was, why did you kill him? Because it made him a symbol for number 3, and I understand it, but it doesn't mean I want to accept it.
He's retired. That's another thing. In one of the previews I saw, it said that he was retired. Mr. Wade, every time you come and talk to me, you ask me for some weird thing. No, I'm retired. See, I have issue with this. It's like, oh, I'm the bad guy now. I better get out of Dodge. So you're making Batman a pussy? Cool. I'm totally behind this superhero who can run at this, like, oh, there's rough road ahead? Catch you later.
But remember, he's the hero that the city needs.
But not the one that
it deserves. Yeah. Because he's Batman.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, anyway.
But Dark Knight Rises does come out on midnight release next Thursday on July 19th. It's next week, isn't it? Yes, next week. Next week, July 19th, midnight release.
What day is it today?
Sunday.
So yes, future people that we do not yet get to know, who know better than us because we're not there yet. Hope you enjoy this wonderful steaming pile of crap.
Oh, for the love of God.
Dark Knight Rises.
He's not going to stop until he sees the movie.
Not a bit.
He's not going to stop. Not going to stop at all, are you?
Well, see, I think the biggest problem is they're showing too much stuff, and it's like, oh, I saw that in the preview. I saw that in the preview. That's how that fit together. Okay.
Yeah, I did when the press got to see the movie, I think maybe last month, they saw the first 15 minutes. And the first 15 minutes actually involved Bane's escape, the whole big plane thing. And the next thing you know, they show a preview, and it's the first thing you see from the trailer. This press guy actually got furious. He's like, why are you going to show one of the best parts of the movie in the trailer just to now ruin the movie? And I'm going to have to agree. When it comes to trailers, that's why I was kind of scary with Ted. I'm scary with a lot of movies. When you see the trailer, with most comedies, you're going to see all the funny stuff in the trailers, and by the time the movie comes out, you're just disappointed. So now I feel... I'm keeping my hopes up because I'm an optimist, but because of these trailers, there's now a 13-minute featurette on The Dark Knight Rises that I'm afraid that it's going to show more footage that I'm going to see in the movie, and it's just going to ruin it for me.
Thanks, Kevin Smith. That link was awesome.
Thank you. Still love you, though. Still an inspiration. Damn you, sir.
Do not stay silent, Bob. Do not stay silent.
But that is it for trolling of The Dark Knight Rises. Remember, I didn't do it. It's all him, and whatever he says doesn't reflect my opinion.
But it should.
We'll see you guys next time.